Well, there's no question our city's water supply continues to drop. Every week we are shaving percentage points from our combined lake level. Right now, city officials are actively seeking long-term water solutions. One of those efforts getting the most attention, a seawater desalination plant.
However, even if it gets all its permits, the earliest desal could help would be in the year 2028. So do we have that much time to wait? Could our lakes run dry? How dependent are we on desal for the city to grow? Our Bill Churchwell took those questions to city leaders. He joins us now. Bill?
And our supply is based on surface water, and that is based upon rainfall. Experts say we need a lot of it to move the needle on our lakes. But what if that rain doesn't fall in the right areas? Water experts say conserve, but it might not be enough. As our weather shifts from El Nino to La Nina this summer, hydrologist Dorina Mergulet says it could bring much needed rain, tropical rain.
We say rain, right? And we say a lot of rain. And sometimes, I mean, for that to happen and refill the reservoirs as quickly as we would need them, that might be flooding.
Long-term, city leaders are looking for drought-proof solutions.
The conversation revolving around desalination has been one that we're very optimistic about.
Corpus Christi Water Chief Operating Officer Drew Molly says desal is the answer.
We have two of the most important factors in this project: our affordability to our ratepayers and the environmental stewardship that has to go alongside with this project.
City Manager Peter Zanoni says federal and state permits are in review.
We have no reason to think we're not going to get either the state or the federal permits, as precedent exists already of issuing permits.
In June, Council will select a design builder for the project that would be located in the Inner Harbor and would be able to produce up to 30 million gallons of water a day. How dependent are we for desal to go through? Can we still grow as a city?
I don't think so, Bill. So we know that there's a short list, about a half a dozen companies that want to come here and open up manufacturing plants. They're all large volume users in the 5 to 10 million gallons a day range.
Zanoni said one desal plant won't be enough to keep up with demand.
So we're already looking at another plant, whether it's in partnership with the Port of Corpus Christi at Harbor Island, which would be a very sizable location. In other words, we could scale up over 100 million gallons a day. Or the city's other site that they chose, the city council chose over 6 years ago, which is the La Quinta Channel.
But desal is not the only option. Discussions are underway to spend $100 million to fix the Mary Rhodes pipeline, which was completed in 1998. And the city is looking at water reuse, essentially recycling treated wastewater.
So we know we discharge about 30 million gallons of treated water into our bays and estuaries and ocean ultimately, but a lot of cities nowadays are capturing that water and reusing it. It could be for industrial use or it could be for potable use.
Options that could take years. Meantime, residents are asked to conserve and conserve. Stage 3 water restrictions could come by the end of summer. But Mergulet says if we want to see a bigger impact, it has to involve industry.
Everybody has to take part in this, and we cannot have exemptions for some.
Was it a mistake to bring some of those newer industry into the city before we got desal?
Yeah, I don't think so. We, at the time when we brought them in, we had sufficient water in our reservoirs, and these droughts of record that we're in today are cyclical, so they don't stick around long term, although this one's a stubborn one.
Now, I want to bring in Chief Meteorologist Alan Holt. If we think of our lakes like a bathtub and rainfall like the spigot and our consumption like the drain, the city would have you believe that the spigot is the problem, the lack of rainfall that is the cause. Is that the case, or is it the drain or consumption that's the problem?
I think we're looking at a multifaceted issue, right? It's not one particular thing that's leading to this historically low level heading into summer. So I'm not going to get into the consumption, the drain, if you will, but we can talk about the spigot, the rainfall that we're seeing in the area. This is the current drought monitor. The big time drought is in the northern half of the watershed. Extreme to severe drought in the Choke Canyon and Lake Corpus Christi catch zone. This is the percent of average dating back to August 1st. And I think you would expect to see these numbers a lot lower given the current situation of our reservoir. But Pearsall, for example, over 100% of average since August 1st. You go down into Choke Canyon, Lake Corpus Christi catch areas, and these numbers aren't overly low. I also looked at the rainfall over the last 6 years in Corpus Christi. I know this isn't in the watershed, but we have been, over the last 6 years, a little bit above the 30-year average, with two of the wettest years on record in 2018 and 2021. That was the third wettest on record. So with all of that being said, does that mean that our current level should be at a historically low level heading into summer? This was the previous low water mark. We are right there, very low. So I think there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of moving parts to this, but it is what it is. We are in dire straits in the water situation here. Leslie, Rudy.